Hello, how are you doing? My name's Tori. Hi. So what I'm doing, what everybody does, don't they? They start cross-stitching, then they gotta make a YouTube about it. Hi, my name's Tori. I am in my 30s. I'm not gonna say how far into my 30s because that's horrid. I've got two tiny children, which is why everything you can't see in this room is covered in bright pink toys. I've got a little girl who's just turned 2, and I've got a daughter who's almost 5. She's just started school. She's there at the moment. My hair looks terrible today, but this is the only time I've had child-free in months. So I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be vain and record myself. My husband's at work as well. He's in the office. He often works from home, but he's not here in the minute. So I was like, yes, a day to myself, the first time in forever. I have not been cross-stitching long. Well, I learned how to do it. Sorry, cup of tea. Oh gosh, I was a child. Who knows? It was a long time ago. And I took it back up about 6 months ago-ish, sometime in the summer. It's winter at the moment. I have done for ages. I collect bookmarks because I love reading. And I saw a cross-stitch bookmark that was really, really cute, like a kit, when I was at a country fair. And so I was like, I'm buying this, hell yeah. And then started cross-stitching it while we were in a caravan on a very cute site. It was all in the middle of the forest, gorgeous. And I'm sat there, all the trees, glass of wine, cross-stitch going on. I was like, yes, I'm loving this. So went and bought myself an absolute ton of kits. So Ian then got really, really into it. Other things I do like knitting, crochet. I've spun wool, but my wheel's not in an accessible place at the moment. I paint. I do a lot of painting. Yeah, lots of, they're my more creative hobbies. I do a lot of reading, gaming, D&D nerd. I love the outdoors. I love hiking, walking, camping. I'm really into like wild plants as well. So if you ever go for a walk with me, I'll tell you how we can make a full-on salad just by using a woodland. All kinds of like, yeah, I can light a fire, I can do all of that stuff. I love it. Is there anything else to tell you about myself before I talk about cross-stitch? I do a lot of volunteering. I don't work. 2 children, no childcare, can't have a job. But I do volunteer with a group where I can get some childcare. I do WI, not a very common thing these days for somebody my age, but more younger people should do it because it's lots and lots and lots of fun. We had a choir in our last one for Christmas, singing carols. They were fantastic. Tomorrow I'm going for lunch with some ladies. We've had craft nights, we've had authors come in, give us talks, we have lots of foodie type things going on. Lots of fun. I'm on the committee, so I'm going to be like, oh yeah, WI is great, everybody join your WI, particularly my WI, it's amazing. But you can't join mine because mine's full. It's brilliant. Very long waiting list though. I get into my whips. Put my tea down so I've got 2 hands. First whip is my Italian manor. I started this in a manor in Italy. We were in Tuscany, really high up the mountains, and I'd got this kit a long time before I started cross-stitching. I was just, in denial where you're like, oh yeah, I'm totally cross-stitch, even though I've never picked up a bloody needle or Ada or anything. So I'm just going to buy all these kits that I see because I think they're pretty. So I saw this in my craft room before I was going to Italy, and I was like, I'm taking that one with me. And it was lovely sitting by the pool working on this in the glorious 40-degree heat wave Italian weather. God, it was crazy. So beautiful though. All my family were there. Like, my family is huge. I've got stepbrothers and stepsisters on all sides, absolutely tons of them. Brother-in-laws, sister-in-laws, 1,000 nieces and nephews and stuff, and everybody was there in this giant big monastery converted into holiday letting or whatever. It had this huge courtyard, And like every day when my little girl was having a nap, I would just kind of like sit, have a coffee, do some cross stitch, sit in the sun. It's lovely. Maybe even drink some beers. I'm not a beer drinker, but in Italy I had to. The next one is, there is a designer who I love on Instagram called Cliffside Stitches, and they are currently running 2 sales, stitch alongs. The first one is Egyptian themed blackwork, and the other one is folk art inspired tiles. I signed up for both. This is the blackwork. It's on oatmeal Ada. I don't know, it's 14 count, and if you watch Kitschy Whips, you always know if you're doing a fancy project, you do it on oatmeal Ada. I am behind on this project. I think we're up to like week 15 or something now, and 9 squares I've got. I was keeping up to date, but then I had Christmas, life, all of that, and I fell behind. Oh, also, my daughter rubbed chocolate biscuit on it, so I do hope it washes. But some of these squares are so cute, and each one of them, you can't see on the screen very well, but each one of them has sparkle floss. Sorry, somebody's walked past my window. Some of them have like sparkly blue floss in them as well, but just like a tiny little hint of it. So that's like my little secret to me. And I'm really enjoying doing that. I've never done blackwork before this, but I've always really liked the look of it. So I was more than happy to dive in on this one. And they don't take long to do, but although I'm really behind on this one, I'm also really behind on weird noises in my house, and I'm alone. Somebody scary's coming in. So there's the tiles, which I'm also behind on. I love this one. Isn't it? The colours just gorgeous? Don't they look fantastic? What's going on? That was like the scariest thing in the world. I was just sat here alone in my house, and I'm like, somebody's walked past my window. I said, that's so weird. And then it's like, that's the sound of my front door opening. No, it wasn't. That was the sound of a really large parcel being rammed through my letterbox. Anyway, I was talking about the Cliffside Stitches sales. They're still ongoing. They're on Facebook. If anybody wants to join in, I highly recommend it. The group is full of lovely, lovely people. The stitches are really fun and cute, and I just love them. I love folk art. It's absolutely one of my favourite styles of art. I love it when I'm doing my painting and things like that. I've always loved it. Beautiful. The tiles are taking me a little bit longer than the blackwork is. I did the blackwork. I stuck to Ada for the blackwork because, as I said, I'd never done it before. So I was like, if I'm trying something new, at least I'm not going to like go with a fabric I'm less familiar with. This one's on, I think, 25 count even weave. It's not my first time using even weave, but I have used even weave a lot less than I have Ada in the past. I'm, as I say, new to stitching. I tend to go with a lot of kits as well, because like hell can I be bothered to kit something up myself. The next one I've got is this bookmark I'm working on. Again, love collecting a bookmark. You should see how the books I've got go all the way around the top of my room. Really high shelves. I've got hundreds of them. But yeah, I love a bookmark. So I saw this and I thought these rose patterns were super duper cute. So I was like, I was just working on this just before I started filming this. It's still got a needle in it. But yeah, I thought these rose patterns were so adorable. I was like, I want that. And I'm having it and I'm stitching it. My next one is my Ode to Autumn, which isn't very far done because once it got past autumn, I didn't stitch it very far. So it's kind of just a barn and pumpkins at the moment. This was my first ever time beading. And they were so cute. I love doing it. It was so nice. But yeah, I'm doing like the first, not page, like when I convert a paper pattern into a pattern keeper pattern, the first page of that. So that was that, and then I'm moving down onto the next one there. The pattern, where it will look like in full, because it was out of Cross Stitcher Magazine, October 2022. I just thought that was so pretty. I love the colours of it. I love the dark background. I love all the autumn colour tones on that. And yeah, I have really been enjoying working on that. But as I say, it's like, oh, it's getting on to Christmas. Am I going to stitch pumpkins? Ooh. But again, this is on the called for fabric, actually. I thought I was going to have a hell of a time finding it. 18 count Cashel in Blue Spruce Zweigart. I didn't. Just plugged it into Lakeside Needleworks. There it is, on the website. Click order, all done. Brilliant, fantastic, thank you. This is a full coverage I'm working on. It's not very far, as you can see. I'm trying to like peep over the top. I have decided, which is a really stupid idea, I'm guessing, because if nobody else does this for a full coverage, then it must be a stupid idea. But I want to go round the entire piece, doing the 10 by 10 border, and then I want to fill in the middle, because I just want to be able to see like how big the finished piece is going to be. I want to be able to visualise that as I'm going on with it. It's going to be a really cute village scene. There's going to be lots of like rolling hills and like barn and a cottage and stuff dotted all over the place. The sky's up here. When you look at the picture, it's like one of those, isn't it? You look at the picture and it's like, oh yeah, the sky's blue. And then when you're actually stitching the picture, it's like made up of like pinks and purples and stuff. I do that all the time when I'm painting. It's like I'm painting a picture from reference, whatever. I'm like, oh, lovely, pretty, sunshiny sky. It's going to be all blues and whites and what have you. And then you're like, no, I'm painting pinks and oranges and all sorts. I love that about colour. And then down the sides, we're getting into the hills and things like that there. So I'm loving this. And I know that, well, I was loving this. This was an absolute little pleasure to work on until I did the last square that I did, and I started getting so angry about, oh, I've got to get floss out for one square. It just seems so wrong to me, but it is what it is, isn't it? But I hate waste, and it feels so wasteful to get a full thread out to just do one square. But it's cute. The patterns are all so happy and lovely. All of the patterns that all the colours I'm using in the pattern just seem so vibrant and happy that I am just enjoying working on it. The next one I have got is what I call travel stitching. It is sorry, it's still in the packet because I haven't been travelling very much recently. A printed one that I got from some dodgy, I don't know, probably unlicensed seller, I'm guessing, because I got it off like eBay or Amazon or something. I can't remember where I got it from. But it is a printed picture. And I do these, we travel a lot, like when we go camping, caravanning, visiting family all over the place and stuff. We do take a lot of long car trips in our little family, and if I want to stitch in the car, sometimes I can't be bothered with pages and pages of patterns and floss everywhere and things like that. So a small cross stitch that is printed on, so you don't even need to have the pattern with you. You can just get on with it and go. I really like that. My version of travelling. I get car sick, can't read. What else am I going to do? This one is a picture of a field. It's obviously very much inspired by Van Gogh's Wheat Field with Cypress, which is quite possibly one of my favourite paintings by him. Some of the ones he painted like towards the back end of his life when he was in an asylum, looking out of his window, painting the wheat fields around him. He's my little baby. If anybody ever says anything against Van Gogh, I can't be friends with you anymore. Tea-brick. After that, I'm going to move on to, because they're all my whips. They're not. I've got another one that is very much from an unlicensed seller, unlicensed retail, Amazon retailer, is what I've been told to call them. I didn't know it when I bought it. didn't know much about different cross-stitch designers when I bought it. I am enjoying stitching it. It is quite blatantly, when I've back searched it in hindsight, a rip-off of a very famous popular designer. So I'm just going to keep stitching it, keep enjoying it, but not be like, oh, look what I've got, because it's taken money out of hands of people who've put in a lot of work. I'll go on to recent haul. I got this fabric in recently. It just arrived yesterday. Very sunshiny yellow colour. Maybe more sunshiny yellow than what's showing up on the camera there. Take it out of the bag. It still looks way more yellowy in real life than on the camera, but never mind. So I got that because I ordered this. It came all the way from Australia, and the person who loved it included loads of like lovely little Australian cute stuff in it, like stamps and stuff like this. And this weird card that just says like home with a car, thank you for your purchase, please enjoy, Kaz, smiley face, which is lovely, but it's got loads of like Australian trivia on the back. But anyway, so I got this pattern. I love it. Jim Shaw, so it's like a Mill Hill kit of a chicken, and I love chickens, love them. So, and I mean, on the back they've got it on like a pale blue fabric, and I couldn't find anything close that was like inspiring me. But I did think, to me, chickens mean happiness and sunshine and loveliness, so I went with a sunshiny yellow fabric. I'm hoping that looks okay. The chicken is very like red, orangey, so I don't think there's going to be any kind of like clashing or anything like that. So looking forward to starting that, but it's going to take quite a bit to kit up, which is something I'm not used to doing. I've pretty much only kitted up my autumn, done that by myself, and I've got loads of like little stitches that I've done. Stuff like when you're flicking through one of these magazines, I'll just flick through it where you can't see, that'll be totally obvious. I'm just trying to find an example. Like when you do something like that, like little cookie jar labels and things, that's pretty much the only things I've ever kitted up myself. But the other project I've got going on now, which I'm really, really excited about, is I've done some digital art and then converted it into a pattern. And I want to kind of stitch it up to see how it looks, to see if that's something viable to do in future. So I have got some, this came with the yellow even weave, I forgot my words, and that is 28 count Brittany even weave. This is 18 count Ada for the full coverage I want to do of the design that I've done myself of, it's of like a witch's cabin in the woods and stuff. Oh, you know, the woods, this is how you do woods, isn't it, with the trees? Yeah, and then the cabin in the middle. So I'm really excited to get on with that. I've ordered all the floss. Last night I was watching a live with Teresa Little Stitcher. I was watching her lives. Always try and catch them on a Sunday because I love her. And we were talking about floss and things, so I just ordered it right then and there when I was on it. This is my next one that I've got recently. It's my sister got me this for my Christmas present. Again, it's in the packaging, so I'm sorry about that, but I'm not taking it out. Not until I'm ready to start it. Sorry, tough luck. I really, really, really love peacocks. I got married in a venue because it had peacocks. I'm looking up there at the framed picture of a peacock that I painted, which is the only of my own original artwork that I've got on the wall. It's a Bothy kit. Bothy? I don't think I've ever actually stitched one of these. I was going to say cast on one of these either. That's knitting as well. But they always just kind of feel to me like just the original of cross-stitch kits. It's just boofy kits. I don't know why I feel that way, but it's got the Ada in it and all the flosses, and look how cute all those colours look. I'm really excited to start this one. It's got loads of detail in the tail, loads of like flowers and jewels and things like that, which is all the things I love. And that was my sister got me this one for my Christmas present. I've got this one to go. Little Dove Designs is the Folk Art Bee kit. My best friend Lauren got me this one for my birthday recently. I'm really excited to start this one too. I love Little Dove's designs. I love like everything on their website. I want to stitch all of them. And then the other thing I got recently is I got this little mini dimensions kit. That is not what I paid for it. I like bargains, and that is not a bargain. It's obviously originally come from Hobbycraft, but I thought that was just such a happy, jolly looking little picture. I got it off eBay. I prefer a bargain. Don't like paying full price for anything, really. Started a whip go board. This month I got called my full coverage, so I've got to do 500 stitches on that. I've done 350 so far. And Start a New Kit was the other one I got, which happened to be perfect because I was about to get in the car to do a big long car journey. I was like, so I get to start my car travel kit. So that was handy because I just finished my last travel one. I can show you my knitting. I've been on with this for so long. I would love to finally get it finished and just wear it. But at the same time, I don't want to finish stitching it because I really enjoy doing it. This is a scarf I'm working on. Fair Isle. It's called the Leftovers Cowl. You can get it on Ravelry. It's a paid for pattern, but I think it's jolly worth it. I'm knitting it in the double, in a round. I can't remember. I think I modified this. I think it was originally supposed to be like a snood or something, and I was like, no to that. I just want to make it a big, long, giant scarf. It's so thick and warm. I love it. But I think I've said to myself, because I use this kind of cream colour as the base colour, so each round I do either the white as the background and the colour as the top, or the white as the top stitch and the colour as the background, and I'm alternating it all the way up. And I think I've said, like, once I get to the end of this other ball of this, then I'm going to call it done, because it is as long as I am, and that's basically how you measure a scarf, isn't it? If it's as tall as you, it's done. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of keep plugging on, and hopefully I'm going to try and catch up on my sales, although that's probably going to be impossible because I'm useless at that. So every month I want to work on my sales and work on my whip goes, and then once I've done those jobs, I can call myself free for the rest of the month and work on whatever I want. I've just got to get to that. And I've been doing the 25/7. I think it was Rachel Yu, whoever I heard that from. I don't know if that's how you say her Instagram name, YouTube name, pretty sure it is. She does the 25/7 Facebook cross-stitch group where you knit for 25 minutes a day on one project and focus on it and just get it done. I was working on a different cross-stitch project for that, but I'm going to change my focus to my tiles sal, I think, because I'd really like to get caught up. I don't know, I just feel guilt when I'm behind on a sal, which I shouldn't do because it's my own thing. I can do what I want. Well, I think I'm going to leave that there for now and see what happens with all of that. I mean, I've got to figure out how to piece it back together after the postman scared the crap out of me. I shouldn't say crap on YouTube, should I? I don't know. I'll have to go and pick up my daughter soon anyway, so I best get on with all of that and do the food jobbing and do the hoovering and blah, 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 blah. No, we're going to just ignore the housework while we talk about cross-stitch. But much loved, everybody. Thank you very much if anybody watched this in the world ever. But even if you didn't, love you. Bye.